Control S tire, obviously. Oh my god. Did he even put control on the tire list here? Let's see. Do we have all the decks? Can we add things? We can't add things to his thing, can we? Okay, where's control? Did he put it in here? I don't see any control deck. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, we don't need my face. There we go. Last row. I think I'm blind. Where's the control? Oh, there it is. Oh, I see him. There is the Escadrille. All right. Good. Found him, guys. Found him. Not blind anymore. Yeah. I got it. I couldn't see him. Okay, let's start. What? Can get rid of all of these. Oh, oops. There we go. Maybe I'll keep him around a little more. What is this? Is it Firebox? Or straight Heatran? Tom, what does Tom do? You don't have the tool, you don't do anything, right? Tom says Spike Mount. I mean, yes, but it's so much effort to get anything decent going from that guy. And like, I don't see any way you beat ADP with the boy at all. Like, you struggle to one-shot one thing and need to one-shot 3 things, right? Turn 2. That's not gonna happen, right? He deserves to be down here with the rest of the jank. This guy too. This guy. Is this a deck? Okay. I think I've seen that. What is this? He's in here. He's not alone. Then if he's alone, he's down here. Your tile list looks so much better already. Actually, can we make extra rows? I want these decks further down. No. Okay. Add a row above. There we go. There we go. Super fun. Okay. Then we can start putting things in. You're a little bit better. I don't know about you. Okay, what about this maybe? Okay. I don't know about this guy. He's like either here or here. I'm not sure. I put him here just as him. Sidai ADP. That's. It has ADP in it, so it's like already at least here, right? If it's ADP in the deck, it's already like mid tier somewhere. Even though you ruined your deck with the Sidai thing though. Then you have this. It's probably up here. Then you have Dragapult is also not too bad. I will delete some rows afterwards, but like I just wanted to emphasize my point here. Super fun. Turtle made the cut. Single-handedly fixing the format. Elmo. If Turtle is super fun, Mellow gonna be sad. Oh man. more like super trash. I mean, depends though. Like, we play the game for fun. These are all a lot of fun. But you don't win. Sometimes you win, but like, if you want to win consistently. The worst thing is all the blank spaces are so accurate because the gap between tire 1 and half and rest is so big. Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty big gap actually. Like that's one of the issues right now. Okay, and then we have Inteleon. He's not here. He's we put him like here, I guess. We have Eternatus. He's pretty straight though. I'll put him here actually. Control is he's not super fun. It's definitely not fun to play. So he will not be in the fun tier on default, right? But it's not high. Yeah, it's probably like here, like you try to cheese like you do with Vikavolt. Actually, Vikavolt can attack a little. I like Vikavolt more. I can put it here. Lightning. Sandisgard. Now this is a pretty good card. So he's probably over here. And this is right to see that he can't be higher than Mad Party. Put bodies Nico's ADP all morning that put it S here. I mean, and then yeah, this Seedoi Obstagoon. Man, that deck is so cute. Do we put it next to the Seedoi, or is the Obstagoon somehow making it better? You know what? Let's put it next to the Seedoi ADP. No, but then this guy needs to move up a notch because he's ADP. Together with the lightning stuff? Yeah. A super nerfed ADP deck is on par with lightning. That can make sense actually. Then you have Luke Metal. That's also pretty good. But now that is not a surprise deck, it's not insane anymore. Because now we suddenly lose the Centiskorch. Not too much else, really. It's still pretty high. Like, you still beat Eternatus, Inteleon. But then these two are pretty sketchy. Like, ADP has a Scrapper, and Centiskorch has a non-fire Pokemon. You lose to those. And those are on the top. And people play what's on the top. So then this guy isn't too great anymore, right? Maybe like over here. If we should like order these as well, he's like the best of these, I think. Yeah. Something like this. Actually, let's move Inteleon down here. Okay, what is this? This Firebox is like Ninetales Heatran. Is that what Heatran symbolizes? ADP above Eternatus, interesting. Yes, I'm pretty sure about that actually. Because with ADP, you have the option to play Zamazenta as well, and if you have Zamazenta, then suddenly the Eternatus matchup is pretty favored. It's more fun to win with a deck that you know isn't really good. I know, right? So, like, Inteleon is over here, so Inteleon was a lot of fun. Senti above Eternatus. Yeah, but like, think about it. Like, Eternatus, yes, you can cheese your way to knockouts with Zigzagoon and stuff and nets, but like, that's so much effort and like, be realistic. Like, most times you whiff that knockout, right? Like, you miss a basic, you don't get the 5 nets you need and goons and stuff. It's like, he 2-shots things. He 1-shots tag team. Did 2-shots mostly. This guy really consistently 1-shots VMAX at least once a game. Like, that's what Centiskorch do. He's really good at his job. Like, early game, This guy needs 2 energy and then he wants sensation. Like just the required energy attachment for it is his attack, and he knocks out Station straight up. He also discards ADP's energy for 1 energy if you don't get your Volcanion start, which is also really good. It's like he just hits better numbers. Early game hits the small damage you need, and late game hits the really big damage you need. It's like he just hits the numbers better than what Eternatus does. Granted, this takes a little more planning in that you actually need to like count energies. You can just put everything down and you know that's 270. Like you need to plan a little bit with Centiskorch, but like he definitely does math better than Eternatus in this format. Eternatus tier 2, damn, I wasted a lot of money. Yeah, shit, it's like, if you see all the decks, you didn't invest in any of these, okay? So you're all good. He's still pretty much up there. Like, these tires are just like the top tires, they're just to separate them and make it more visible. Do you think Senti only did worse than Eternatus Players Cup because all of the look metal with Bronzer? I mean, they had horrible matchups the whole way, I think. Like, they ran into the Bronzungs, which is absolute 100% auto loss, and then I took care of the last one that survived. So I mean, that was pretty unlucky, to be honest. Centiskorch is a pretty good deck. It is. Can you explain why a turn is so low? Why do you guys think this is low? This is not low. This is pretty high. Do you rather want me to like do this and then say it goes Senti, Luke Metal, Eternatus? Is this better? Because now it's tier 1, but it's like further on the row in tier 1. It's the same thing, right? I had a lot of rows, so I just slapped him 1 below. But like he is worse than the other decks here. Right? Like I don't think that matters, but like this is not low. What if I do this? He's at the same place, right? Same thing. Which do you think is better, Green Senti or with ability to support Pokemon? Honestly, I'm not sure yet. Both have their merits. Greens is a little slower, but you get the control, and if you draw okay with greens, then it's better because you get an extra turn because your opponent needs an extra attack. But the ability one is more consistent. Why is Centiskorch better than Eternatus? Just hits the numbers better, right? Early game, it does enough. And late game, it does also enough. Like Eternatus just does this really big, clunky 270, which is too much early game and too little late game. It's just awkward number. I think it's a number next to it, throwing people off. Yeah, we can, we'll fix this. We'll fix everything afterward. Just throwing them in, we'll make it more clean. Okay, what about Mewtwo? Mewtwo should also be pretty high because he's much better than anticipated. But he has like the big issue that if this is considered a meta deck, he will fall like a lot. Because then he will lose to almost everything. Okay, I'm not putting him here, I'm just dropping it. It's like you have ADP. ADP starts taking a Scrapper and a card that can ping him once, or like take a Goon or Fine Banner or anything. And then suddenly that matchup is a lot worse. Then you have to pray on getting like the Latios off before he can use his GX. Then the whole matchup just comes down to that. Still okay from Mewtwo though. You still should beat this. Centiskorch should actually be kind of scary because like they can play things that boost his HP and then suddenly he's really hard to get in range with your attacks at all. If they play Switch, the Muk strat is not a great option, and this guy can one-shot you. So then like you can still go in with what's his name? Mewtwo. You can still go in with Indeedee to get the one shot, but I mean it's still not an auto win for either player. But like as long as people don't play Switch in their VMAX deck, then this deck is much better. The Dragapult will be kind of hard to beat even with Irachi, I think. But like with Irachi is really doable. But yeah, almost all of these decks can slap in a Mimikyu, so you are forced to play Hood like we had before, and that could be really annoying. If you really want to kill Mewtwo, you can put in Power Plant or Swell or something, so your heart doesn't work, and then the Welder is really awkward to spam. So, like, you have a lot of really strong tech options against Mewtwo. So if it gets considered a meta deck, then he will fall a lot. But, like, I'll put him in as if no one respected Mewtwo, right? And then I'll put him, like, over here somewhere. I'll put it really high. It's really good. If no one respects it. But if he gets respected, he will drop a lot. Yeah, the meta didn't know Mewtwo was coming, and now it does. Yeah, that's probably why it had a lot of good results online recently. Just because like it was out of the radar, but a lot of people played it anyway, and it was still a good deck. Video games lose to Mimikyu, Teleon, Switch and Eternatus. Yeah, exactly. So like you can tech for it without too much hassle. Yeah, a lot of decks get better when people think they're bad. Like some decks just need to be countered to lose a lot of their power. In the DV is a counter for Senti. Yes, it does 10 plus 60 per energy they have on them. So if they want to one-shot Mewtwo, then in the D one-shots back. Yeah, we'll rename all these so they make more sense. Mewtwo probably doesn't beat Senti because Sentigeron plays multiple Gauss, V and Malolana. I mean, it just depends how good you are of chaining Welder, honestly. I think it's a lot of pressure on Mewtwo to draw those Welders, and if you don't, you will lose, but if you get them, you can definitely beat Sentiscorch if you play the DD. Senti's pretty Mewtwo failed for sure. Yeah, if you draw into the Welders, then it's all good. I've changed my tires to S, A, B, C because people were too caught up on the numbers. Yeah, I can do that as well. I think if we need more gap, yeah, we can make more gap. There's a lot of tires. Yeah, I don't see the whole list because most of the decks are just down here, you know, right? So, okay, where's Blacephalon? Blacephalon never beats ADP at least, but like it can beat this if you play Mew, because I don't take extra prices, right? So you have some time. So even if you have to give away 3 prizes and then you get a big attack, then you can still win, right? So but like obviously gate kept by ADP by quite a lot, so where are we gonna slam Blacephalon? Nah, I kinda want to put him next to Dragapult, but like that would be a shame, right? We can put him under. Again, this is Firebox. Like it's a Welder deck. That's definitely better than Blaze. Just because it's easier to do damage output, like real damage output right away. But it's not as good as Indeleon for sure. It's like here, maybe here. Actually might. You know what? He can be down here. Maybe something like that. Seems a little chaotic since there's so much space between them. Here we go. Super fun. It's now in place. I think it's quite a big gap between those two though, so it can make a sense to have a couple rows between them. Do I need more gap after Eternatus? Yeah, I gotcha. Here is more gaps. You're good. I mean, Eternatus is not bad at all. It's still a really strong deck, okay? But like, it's really straightforward, and it's not impossible to tech for. Like, these two have Samosenta, or should have Samosenta, and that pushes him down a lot. And he's also he's really straightforward as a deck. Like you only smash the active for 270, and it's a high number, but it's like not quite high enough compared to this. Like the other decks just have really, they are incredible. This is super good, but these are like incredible, right? And also, as I said, like Muti will drop a lot if anyone respects him at all. Isn't ADP supposed to be favorable for Blounce? Yes, it was before, but now it's not at all, because before it wasn't too hard for Blounce to knock out ADP right after the GX, and they also had like the Blounce GX if they should miss, so they could like pick a price then still only need 2 knockouts. But now ADP goes GX, and you on your second turn you're not gonna find 9 fire without Flint. You're probably gonna need another turn, so you're not getting a price, and then they take 2 prices and charge cessation. Then they have 4 prices left. Even if you get a knockout now, there's no way you can win, because you take 3, then they take another 2, go down to 2. You take 2, go down to 1, and then they win. And it's way too easy for them to just do that. And that's if you even get that big one shot of an ADP under Marnie and stuff. But like the Flint does so much. But why will that take for a tier 2 deck, Tord? I mean, that's a good question, right? But would you take for a B tier deck though? Got the whole alphabet in here. All right. I mean, probably you can add a lot of decks to Superfun. A lot of decks deserve to be down there. Why is Dragapult so low? Actually, we could bump Dragapult up a little bit. Like it loses there, but like it's still a lot better than these good things. But like it's still a lot worse than Intellan again. Okay, I want to put him like in F. No, actually, he gets a passing grade. He can get put in E actually. He gets a passing grade. Is everything below D tier a failure? Nah, everything below E. Everything below E is probably a failure. I mean at the level here you're just trying to mainly have fun. Unless you I guess if you work really hard on some of these, then you can make a list that works and can probably beat some decks. But like as concept in general, I think they should be down here, because like their game plan is just too slow to win compared to the decks we have up here. We're going to have lots of people asking about the Eternatus. Oh, jeez. Maybe I should just put the Eternatus up a tier, so like Twitter won't ask. But like you guys know that he was B tier, but I put him in A tier just for you. But you know he's the last one in A tier, right? So you know where he belongs. But I just put him here so people won't ask. Because now it's more reasonable, right? Eternatus needs literally everything to beat ADPC. Yeah, you need like the turn 2 one shot on the ADP, and even then they can like use Scam Azenta to get the game back. But like that's what you need to do. You need to get the turn 2 knockout on ADP. I mean, yeah, I guess like with the DSI, there are very few decks in between here. And like this deck, as I said, will drop like really fast. And then it's 3 decks over it. And like this deck is over, like the Senti, because it just hit better numbers. It does like the big one shot, and you don't even need a boss. You just win 1 turn earlier, because you knock out like a single pricer turn 2, and then you one shot the VMAX, and then you knock out the Dana or something, and then you win. Well, this guy is just hitting into VMAX instead of knocking it out. I was like, the fact that you are committed to only playing dark Pokemon means that you can't play the Dene. And that's really sad actually, because the Dene is so much better than what Crobat is. Like, there's not all hands that play themselves down as easily as you want them to, and then Bat only draws like 2-3 cards in a lot of instances, and while Dene would draw 6, and like it's just sort of big swing, and like the games are totally different when you can't just discard everything and draw fresh 6. It's like that's such a big handicap that like compared to what these decks can do. Put it down and want to make people upset. No, don't compromise, Tord. I mean, we'll probably put it here. But I don't know if we should delete all the other rows to make it more clean, because this is kind of a little fiesta, right? Why do we even have all these decks? Like, I was thinking that when I want to build a tile list this time, like last time I asked Twitter for suggestions, it was just all these crazy nonsense decks, and I was thinking like, I don't want to do that many decks this time, but like was so many odd decks already in here, so why not? At least I didn't have to make pictures for all of them. That was really nice. Thank you, Celio. I appreciate that. I mean, every time they print Dark Support now, Eternatus will get a lot better, right? Because they can probably just smash it in. It's like, whenever they will print a good Dark Pokemon, boom, Eternatus have it, right? So, Eternatus have a lot of room to grow. So, like, the guy that said he spent a lot of money on Eternatus, don't be sad. I mean, like, this card is way too good to not be relevant for a long time to come. Take ADP off tier S, it's not that good. I mean, it's not unbeatable at all, but like the problem with ADP is that it's so good compared to how hard it is to play. It's like, for most players, like at least 90% of them, ADP will be extreme, because they literally just need to manual attach twice and announce GX, and then they will beat almost everyone. It's just way too easy to play compared to how good it is. That's why I'm putting it so high. Biblounce that low? I'm pretty sure it's pretty low. I might change my opinion if someone can find a Biblounce list that can knock out ADP on their second turn, but it seems pretty hard right now. My poor Dragapult. I mean, I know the feeling. Dragapult got a big smack. But like, Dragapult, he lost Treasure, he lost Malamar, he suddenly had to face Eternatus, he lost Escape Board. I was playing 4 Escape Board in my Dragapult list at the end, and then he basically lost the Arch Engine as well. Like, he lost everything. He's just a shell of his former self. Actually, he should be here. I forgot he lost so much. Poor boy. Okay, so right now I put ADP in tier S, right? And I'm not sure like how to explain it. It's really good, but like these tires are just how I think matchups are gonna go if you throw these decks into each other, and like most of the time what deck will come out on top, because this deck is just so easy to play. Like, so in a tournament you have nerfs and all that as well, and people play less optimally, and like it's so hard to like misplay with this in a way that matters enough. Like you just have to attach to him twice in GX and like you're good to go, right? It just puts up so much pressure and it's just boring to play against. What do you say ADPC's worst matchup is? I think Mewtwo with Latios is pretty hard for you to beat, actually. If you can clear vision him, then he will struggle a lot, because now he doesn't play the tools anymore to deal with it. It doesn't play like Shrine, it rotated. And if you get the GX off, then like Fine Band won't help either, and then you can just outrage with Treasure Shard away all the station. It will be really hard for him to deal with. I think we will be happy with this one. Okay, so how do I save my thing? There we go. Save. All right. Darkness. Ablaze, that's how we write it, right? Description. Meh. Wait, where? Third darkness ablaze. Should say tire list. Did I not write that? Wow, whatever. Everything in tire list. Lol.